First of all,
this is the B.S. Report with Bill Simmons.
It might be cool, I don't know. And if it's not, I don't care.
The B.S. Report with Bill Simmons.
Bill Simmons works for ESPN. He's also named the Sports Guy, and he writes a comical sports column. He must be a popular dude.
The B.S. Report.
It's got a real dirty sound, like a rusty steak knife cutting through a well-aged steak.
Now.
Here's Bill Simmons.
Hey, welcome to the B.S. Report. Week 3 of the NFL season coming up. As always, we're going to call my buddy Cousin Sal. We're going to go over the lines. He makes his picks beforehand. I make my picks during the podcast. We see who does better. And there's a special wrinkle this week because Cousin Sal, now an Emmy winner. He won an Emmy. He was one of the guys who wrote blanking Matt Damon. I can't even say it. The song that was on Jimmy Kimmel Live that Sarah Silverman sang with Matt Damon that ended up winning the Emmy last week. So, welcome to the show, Emmy winner, Sal Iacono. Cousin Sal, how you doing?
Good, buddy. I just, and thank you for that introduction. That's, I've been researching, see how many people have won an Emmy in a professional wrestling match in the last 3 months, in the 3-month span, rather, and it's, I've just come up with me, Blackjack Mulligan, and Abdul the Butcher. And that's
just those three?
That's just the three of us, so it's quite an elite group.
Well, I'd like to personally thank you because Jimmy did win an Emmy once.
He did win an Emmy, yeah.
Oh, I was going to make the joke about how I'd put down you at plus 400 in 1987 to win an Emmy before Jimmy, and it came through, but I forgot he won Ben Stein's money.
Well, the fact that we're even tied at one is probably get pretty good odds, too, yeah.
So normally this award was given out during the actual Emmys, but because there was some profanity in the name of the video, they pushed you into the technical Emmys.
Right, exactly. I think that's how it was explained to us. They weren't proud of it, but yeah, it's and we sat on the aisle, which was a good sign. And you're right, the fact that they moved it to a different day, wow, maybe we actually could win this thing. But yeah, it's really silly. Really.
So this was the most exciting moment in the history of the technical Emmys.
It might have been. It might have just been. And then again, I would trade it all for a fantasy football trophy, and I wish I were kidding. I wish to God I was. But I'm so shallow that's how it works with me.
When was the last time you won in fantasy?
I won, I've been doing this almost 20 years, and I only won once in my East Coast League 3 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, see, the more you care, the less better off you are.
By the way, I don't know if now's the time or to do this, but I do want to offer you a trade.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready right now.
All right. Here's how it goes. You give me Reggie Bush. Okay. I give you Forte and Welker.
Matt Forte and Wes Welker for Reggie Bush.
That's pretty solid.
That's a pretty good offer.
Yeah.
Can I research it and get back to you in 4 hours?
Yeah, look into it. Forte plays for the Bears. Welker is on the Patriots now.
Yeah, I know who Forte is. He's the guy that you hid from all your listeners when you were talking about your fantasy sleepers.
That's right.
Yeah, see, I'm in a little bit of a conundrum because I skimped on my receivers because I took McNabb instead as my backup QB, and then Brady got hurt, so now I can't trade McNabb, and I have 2 receivers down. But I also have the Darren McFadden Chris Johnson combo at running back that I think I can ride, so now Reggie Bush is expendable.
Right. Well,
what fascinates you about Bush?
You already have Wes Welker. I don't know. I know, if I talk him up too much now, you're not going to trade him. But no, I just like,
that's fair.
I voted for Bush twice, and I don't know. I just want to shake things up a little bit. And I'm 2-0, and I thought maybe you'd want to shake things up. You're 0-2 now?
Listen, I'm ready to do the trade just to get Wes Welker back on the team. I feel like that's where everything went wrong.
Yeah, you have the jersey already.
But is Forte hurt?
No, absolutely not.
Does he have the red cross next to his name?
No, nothing even resembling a red cross. Take a look into it, and then let me know later.
Jackie, our producer. Are you there?
Yes, but sorry, Bill, it's Jacqueline.
Jacqueline. I can't call you Jackie?
No.
We're not that close yet. So
no,
it's totally
nobody
Jacqueline.
does. Nobody does.
Interesting. Okay. While we're doing this, can you look up Matt Forte on one of the fantasy websites and make sure he doesn't have a red cross next to his name or that he didn't just die?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
All right. In the meantime, Sal, let's get to the Week 1 lines.
All right. One more thing about fantasy. You can cut this out if you want. You haven't been around Kimmel's house, but I've made this proposal, and I think you're going to love this. Although at 0-2, you may not love this.
Okay.
I think whoever wins our fantasy league has to kick someone out of the league the following year.
Oh, like Survivor.
Like Survivor.
Yeah.
And here's a twist to it. Here's what makes it even better. They don't kick the person out until next year's draft. So in other words, everyone prepares for the draft and they're sitting there, and we already have a replacement sitting there ready to tap in.
Right.
But and then all of a sudden, if I win the league, I pull up Hench's name and we get to see him storm out of there, and it'd just be the greatest thing. And maybe there are immunity things along the way. Maybe I'll hide. If I were to win, I'd hide an immunity football idol somewhere in L.A. and people would have to find it. I just think it really adds to it. The draft day would be the greatest day of the year.
See, there's a couple ways that could go, because you could also do it like the Temptation Island, or Paradise Hotel, I'm sorry, the Paradise Hotel way, where you bring the new guy in, he gets to know everybody for like 2 hours before the draft, and then he has the power to now knock anyone out of the league. So you never know who's going to go. So then it comes down to who can make alliances with the new guy.
Right. Well, I like winning and someone being nice to the winner for 4 months for no reason, just to not get thrown out. But and then, like, let's say Hench gets thrown out, the following year he comes back and replaces, whoever was thrown out the next year. And then, like, after 30 years, it's like, hey, I was only thrown out 3 years. I did pretty well.
That's pretty good. See, nobody would ever throw you out, though. That's why you like this idea. You're the one person, because you're the only one who is connected to everybody, so that's why you like it.
I think if you guys were diabolical, you would throw me out immediately, since being this is my idea and everything. But,
well, that's what they did in Paradise Hotel.
Right.
In the last season, Raheem was the leader, and one of the new guys just went after him and knocked him out, and it was like shocking.
I don't think you need to sum it up. Everyone's familiar with the Paradise Hotel.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have. It had huge ratings. All right, let's get to week 3.
Let's do it.
We never did teaser of the week last week, which was really too bad.
Oh, we didn't?
I don't know what it would have been, but we didn't do it.
And that's knocking off 6 points from any two favorites and needing them just to win, and they both have to win.
Well, I think we definitely would have had Pittsburgh as one of the two, Pittsburgh at Cleveland. And then you probably would have talked me into Dallas over Philly, bringing that down to 1. So they probably would have won. But anyway.
I loved your Patriots. That was my favorite all week. But
did you really? See, I loved them until the whole thing came out that they were trying to get a new backup quarterback and getting rid of Matt Castle right before Brady got injured.
Right.
And that made me wonder, like, how bad is this guy? But as it turns out, not terrible.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
Cardinals at Skins. Early game.
I'm going to say Skins by 3.5.
Wow, you might have nailed this. You did. It's Skins by 3.5. Good job. I had them by 3. All right, so you get that one. That's how this works. You're up 1-0 on me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Arizona, I'm not believing them until they win a big game on the road, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, you'd love to talk yourself into the whole thing where somebody's got to come out of that division and go 9-7 or 10-6, but this might be the year where that just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
They just might, a 6-10 might just take it.
Yeah, talk about rule changes. Yeah, maybe someone from the NFC West does not make the playoffs. That'd be a good rule change they can implement immediately.
It wouldn't be a bad idea if you said every division winner is guaranteed a playoff spot, but they have to finish at least 8-8.
Right.
I think that because if you can't finish 8-8 in a division that's obviously terrible, if nobody else could finish 8-8, then you do not deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad rule.
No, I like that. And the best team in the league gets to throw another team out. Oh, forget now that.
Yeah.
All right. Chiefs at Falcons.
So the Chiefs are the second worst team in the league now?
I don't think you can rank them. I think it's the Chiefs, the Dolphins, and the Rams. And am I missing one? The Bengals, maybe? I think those 4 are going to have trouble winning a game all year. I think you have over-under for those 4 teams is 9 wins total, I would say.
I would put the Rams first worst and Chiefs a close second.
Mm.
And then I think after that it's debatable. But I think those 2 are clearly the 2 worst.
If the Bengals didn't have big names that everyone had on their fantasy teams, I think we would look at them like an awful team right in there.
Yeah. So it's Chiefs at Falcons?
Right.
Falcons might be not awful at home. I'm going to say Falcons by 4.
Oh, you hit that one exact too. What's going on here?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a long plane ride. I was staring at the USA Today, the Week 3 schedule. I was just staring at, playing out all the scenarios.
I think this is one of the games that, like, you were like, oh, how did I take KC on the road? Or, oh, how did I take the Falcons giving 4? Like, you cannot go right in this game.
You mean like last Sunday when I put the Chiefs in about 5 different parlays? Thinking
Herm Edwards wants to get fired so bad, right? With this Big Pen thing, this is insane.
Al Davis was like, what? Can I just fire this guy already?
He's like, this guy's terrible. I want to hire him. Cincinnati at the Giants.
Do we think the Giants are good?
I think the Giants are going to be, I'm looking at their schedule, I think they're going to go 6-0 and be like the 7th best team in the NFL.
Yeah, when I did all my preparations, I don't know why. Maybe I overrated some of their teams, but I didn't realize how terrible that schedule was.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
That's awful.
Wait, so they're home against
Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's going to be double digits. I'm going to say 12.5.
Wow, 13.5. I said 10.5, so you're closer. You've won 3 in a row now. And now your team, Miami at New England.
I don't know what to make of Castle. I really don't. Like, I don't think he threw a pass for more than 10 yards, except for the one to Moss that he underthrew by 40 yards.
But I think he's instructed to. Don't you think Belichick's like, this is how we're going to win? We're going to be up 19-10 in the fourth quarter on field goals and good defense every game. And
I think he took out the last 8 games of the 2001 season and just made Castle bring him home.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. Look, Brady didn't throw a pass for over 10 yards for 2 months, and we won.
It's going to work.
I'm going to say Miami will be 14.5-point underdogs.
All right, I get this one because I said 13.5, and it's 13. So.
Okay.
I can't see taking Miami in that. I mean, maybe that's a teaser game. You win by double digits.
Although the Pats have the bye next week, might just.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they might just kind of.
All right.
Try to get through it. 14-7.
Houston at Tennessee.
I like this Tennessee team.
I hate this game. Can't these teams merge again? I hate having to figure out who's going to win or watching them.
Tennessee by 7.5.
I said 6.5. It's 5. So I get that.
Wow, did Houston become good because of the hurricane?
I don't know. They've had like 13 days off, right?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I guess that helps. I mean, they were exhausted after that first week.
They got killed in week 1. I don't get that one. Okay.
Yeah. Carolina at Minnesota. I like this game a lot early.
Yeah, that's a potential big screen game, right?
Panthers get Steve Smith back.
Yeah.
Vikings might get Bernard Berrien back.
I'm going to say Minnesota by 2.5.
You got that. I thought it was 5, and it's 3.5. So you get that one.
Wow, apparently
that's a tough one. Are they done? So really, this is a must-win, isn't it?
They're 0-2. They still have the whole loophole where they can just bring in Farrat and he can turn things around, and everybody can just blame Tavares.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm not willing to count them out yet.
Oakland at Buffalo.
Buffalo. Have we talked ourselves into them being the sleeper?
I guess, but just because of the circumstances, what happened to Brady and everything, they're going to win some games in the East. But
it'll be the Jets or the Bills that win 10 or 11 games and make the playoffs. I thought it was going to be the Jets, but now I'm wondering. The Bills got out of that 2-0.
Pretty easy schedule I've been looking at, yeah.
Yeah, now they got this game. They're going to be 8.5-point favorites.
That's what I said, and it's 9.5. I think that's too high. I'm not ready to pull the trigger on them. Tampa Bay at Chicago.
It's a nice game. Chicago by 3.
Chicago by 3 is exactly right. I had 4. This is one of those good games I'm not interested in watching one play of.
I'm killing you.
I know. You are.
Killing you this week.
It's, well, wait a minute. No, it's 6-3. Oh, 6-3. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
If I win handily this week, I'm going to spend every week from now on an airplane for an hour preparing for this podcast.
Well, I'll spend 3 hours. I'll go to Puerto Vallarta or something. All right, New Orleans at Denver. Now we're in the afternoon games.
Ooh, that's a shootout.
It would be really better if Colston was playing. A really good game, I think.
That's a nice game. I believe in Denver. I I like the way they're playing, and I like they put up points and they throw the ball and they're fun to watch. I'm going to say Denver by 4.5.
Damn, you get it. I said 5, and it's 4. How are you killing me here? This is crazy.
I told you. I had an entire hour, just me staring at the schedule.
All right. Detroit at San Francisco. This one I hit exactly, so you're not going to beat me.
That's an awful game.
I don't know. I think Detroit's been looking to week 3 for a long time, beating J.T. O'Sullivan, the way he unceremoniously left the team.
I'm going to say
$18 an hour. He left for $21 an hour.
I'm going to say San Fran by 3 points.
Oh, you should have said 3.5. So I hit that one exact.
Big week potentially for Mr. Frank Gore.
Yeah.
It's a nice matchup.
St. Louis at Seattle.
St. Louis's D was good last week. Like they're just going to have to reinvent what they do, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to say Vegas sets this high and begs you to take the Rams, and I'm not doing it. I'm going to say Seattle by 10.5.
That's exactly what I said, and it's 10, so we tie. I can't even gain ground on you on that game.
Yeah, I'm on fire.
Pittsburgh at Philly. I hit this one exact, so.
It's a nice game.
Yeah.
That's a late afternoon game?
Late afternoon, yep.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Philly by 3.5.
It's 3. I said 3.
Even with the Roethlisberger sprained shoulder looked awful on Sunday night, that doesn't.
I don't get it with this Pitt team. Why are they good again like this? Like a team never takes a form that it did 3 years ago, and now all of a sudden Parker's good again, and Roethlisberger's not throwing interceptions, and their defense is okay.
I think the Parker thing, I think Parker just needed to know that he had somebody who could come in if he got tired.
Yeah.
Obviously, he wasn't an everyday guy, but he's like a 90% guy.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, you're right. He seems rejuvenated.
Cleveland at Baltimore. Another waste of a
We
game.
writing off the Browns?
Yeah, I mean, if they ever had a chance, Romeo Crennel takes them out of it. I mean, you saw how he went for a field goal down 7.
Well, what's weird was Madden agreeing with it.
Yeah.
Madden was like, this is what I would do the same thing. Really? Cut it to 4 with 5 minutes left?
I know, they hadn't gotten that far down in the red zone all game, and it's raining, and
yeah.
I don't know. It's like we talked about. They need to play 1,000 hours of Sega, these coaches, before they start.
Yeah, that to me, not quite as egregious as when they need the 2 scores and they're down.
They're running.
In the minute left, and they're throwing Hail Marys from the 30.
Oh, yeah.
Baltimore by 4.
All right, I get this one. It's 2.5. I said 3.
Oh, what's the score now?
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 8-8, including ties.
Oh, my God, I fell apart.
All right. 5, 6, okay. Jacksonville at Indy. It's a good game, too. Some good games this week.
Must win for Jacksonville, though. The old must win. I'm going to say Indy by 6.
You got it exact. I said 7. You said
take
5.
some of that.
Yeah. I think the Colts are still in trouble. I mean, it was nice for them to pull it out against the Vikings, but now Sanders is out 6 weeks, and Peyton looked like he was in Foxborough in the middle of January, didn't he? The way he was dropping back and being chased every play, every time he dropped back.
They looked terrible, and it was one of those games that the more field goals Minnesota kept kicking, you just knew the Colts were going to come back.
Yeah,
well, you can't leave that many points on the table when you should be beating a team by 30.
What do you think of this? I think you need a big playmaker at wide receiver these days. I think the Vikings and Jaguars have the same problem. They have really nice defenses. They have solid running games, but because they don't have a big playmaker, because they can't throw downfield for 20 yards, it's just always going to be a game against the good teams.
They didn't even really try, though.
The Vikings?
Yeah, I don't even remember them. I don't know what they were doing, but I don't remember them ever trying to go deep.
It might be more of a quarterback issue with them. Yeah.
Well, now that they're booing him, I think it's a matter of time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sunday night, Dallas at Green Bay during the Emmys.
That's a great game.
I hit this exact. You'll probably get it too.
That's a beauty.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get it. I could see a variety of scenarios for this one. I'm going to say Green Bay by 2.5.
Oh, how dare you? Well,
what is it?
You're off by 5.5 points. Dallas by 3.
Really?
Yeah, when the team's going to go 16-0, you can't make them an underdog.
Didn't you lose Roy Williams? He broke his arm, right?
Pat Watkins is better. We'll see.
Didn't
He'll be fine.
What makes you think that you're going to stop Green Bay's offense?
Actually, if you would have asked me this in the third quarter or halftime of the Eagles game, I would have said we're screwed. We're going to lose this game and the Packer game. But I don't know. I think Ware, our linemen, Ware and Ellis are going to be able to chase most quarterbacks down. McNabb is just, we've never been able to get a hold of him.
Well, I thought you should have lost Monday night, and you would have if McNabb didn't go into choke mode, which he frequently does in games like that. But I thought he just killed the Eagles in that game.
Well, I'll say this. We started off with the best receiver in the game, and thanks to Brady going down, we have the best quarterback, although I'll argue we've had him for a year and a half. And
you guys got Jay Cutler?
With Devin Hester being banged up, I think we have the best kick return in the game. So we're going to be really tough to beat.
All right. Keep talking because I'll be playing all of these thoughts back. And
good.
Not
all right.
9. Okay.
Jets at San Diego. Monday night.
I'm riding Green Bay in that game. I'm just telling you now. Riding them. Jets at who?
Jets at San Diego.
Oh. San Diego, toughest back-to-back losses ever?
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be.
The combination of those two never has been approached, I don't think.
By the way, this is a big game. We're 9-9 right now, so with including ties.
Jets at San Diego.
And I was off by 2 points in this game, so you can nail this.
Tomlinson healthy? Oh, you can't tell me.
He's got turf toe, but I don't think he's got a Red Cross.
He doesn't have the Red Cross. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say San Diego by 6.5.
Oh, you blew it.
No.
I said 7. It's 9.
What?
That's a lot of points.
9 points.
These teams are even.
Oh, my God. So
I'm trying to think, like in college, how I would have bet this game, and I think I would think, the Jets are done. They couldn't even beat the Patriots with their backup team at home, and the Chargers are mad. They should win. They have revenge on their mind. I would definitely take the Chargers. I think the Jets keep this close. I really do.
Yeah, I don't. The Patriots have a habit of making teams look a little worse than they might be offensively. The Pats' defense was great in that game.
The Chargers give up a ton of points too, and that's why they're not in these games.
I gotta say, the Pats' defense is in a nice place. Yeah. I'm very pleased with Seymour. I don't know where he was last year, but he's back. And the middle linebacker they drafted is a stud. Mm-hmm. They're really, their defense, that might be the number one fantasy defense by the end of the year with the schedule they have. So did you beat me or did we tie?
I beat you. I had 7. You had 6.5.
So
wow, what a comeback.
What a comeback.
It'll be a good week.
Anything else we want to cover?
Did Jackie come back with that Red Cross stuff, or do we still have to call her Jacqueline?
Jacqueline.
Yeah, it's Matt Forte looks fine this week.
Yeah.
He looks fine?
He's fine, yeah. There's nothing on him at all.
All right, you know what? Just for the sake of the podcast, I'm going to do the trade.
Nice, buddy. I think it's fair. It's
a fair trade, and I'm going to do it just so everybody can say that that they were there for one of the first ever podcast fantasy football trades ever.
Excellent. I thought about it, and I'm glad it went through. You may have to throw someone else in or drop someone along the way to make the rosters even, but we'll.
I didn't think of that.
Well, you don't have anyone expendable on that crappy roster?
That wasn't part of the trade.
All right, well, I mean, you could have one more, but I think you're going to have to drop somebody.
No, I'm just dropping. You don't get anybody. 2 for 1.
All right, that's fine.
I'm going to drop it to accommodate my 2 new guys.
Good times.
All right. Congrats again on the Emmy. Congrats on the trade.
Bush.
Yeah.
And you got the injured turf toe Matt Forte.
What?
Okay, no, he has nothing. He's clean,
right.
Jacqueline says.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Okay, later. Bye.
So I get to sign off. Whoa!
Thank you for downloading the B.S. Report with Bill Simmons.
Too much fun.
Check out more podcasts at the iTunes Music Store or at Pod Center at ESPNradio.com.
Peace out.